again to H&M Clothing, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this beautiful ruffled bottom dress. We are just going to be focusing on the bottom part of this ruffled dress. Okay, but before we go there, remember that you actually need to do a style analysis. That is, you have to analyze your design, the style you're seeing here. And you can see that this is a corset dress. We've already done a corset in our last video, right? So you can use the technique from that corset to make this dress, and what I'll just be explaining to you is how to go about creating the ruffles at the bottom of this dress. So before we get right into this video, I'd really love to say thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you for your support, and without much rambling, let us get right into this video. Alright, so at the bottom of this dress, you can see that we have a lot of ruffles involved in it. Like, it's quite full, and I'm guessing that you may need about 10 yards of tulle. And the kind of tulle I'll be using is the soft tulle. It's a soft net tulle, and it's the type that does not tear easily. It doesn't tear as such, right? Well, so you need to look for soft tulle. Don't go for hard tulle. It's soft, okay, so that you can have the kind of effect that you have. So I have some strips and pieces of tulle. I have this as well, so I'll just use that for the illustration for this style. I also have my roller, my chalk, my tape roll, and I have a strip that I'm going to imagine that this is actually the bottom part of the dress. We can even just cut a skirt and do a small skirt just for the purpose of this design, maybe like a baby sized skirt. So maybe that's what we'll do. Let's quickly do the bottom part of the skirt. I'll quickly do everything about the skirt and come back on here so that we can start seeing how to go about creating the ruffles. So I have done the bottom part of the dress. I'm using this just for illustration purposes, and this will be the zipper part where the zip will be attached right at the back of this dress, and this is the front of the dress. So this will be the place that will be hemmed and all of that. Okay, so I'm going to just open it up wide and try to draw my style line. So from my skirt waist, I'll just measure my hip measurement. So we'll assume that the hip measurement on this dress is about this point here. So from my hip measurement, I need to draw like a straight line down to the other part of this dress. I have reinforced. That means my tulle fullness will be just up at about this point here. All right, so what we're now going to do is go ahead. I'll keep this one. So I have my tulle here. Like I said earlier, we're using soft tulle, and I am going to, let's try and work with this since we're just illustrating. I'm going to be folding it like so. You need to actually make your tulle arrange it properly so that you can cut it and have the same length. This tulle, I already stripped it into smaller sizes, right? But if you had like 1 yard of tulle, you fold it very well and cut it through. So for my tulle, I'll be giving it about 3 inches. Because if you look at this ruffles here, the ruffles are not so small. I'm going to use a width of 3 inches for the tulle. So I'll measure 3 inches, 3 inches, so that I'll be able to cut through 3 inches, 3 inches. So but before you even do this, I would suggest you use a pin to hold it in place. The 3 inches width, you can do 4 inches if you want it to be the width to be a little bigger. So I'll go back again and measure 3 inches again. So that's how I'll keep measuring 3 inches round till I've exhausted the whole tulle. Okay, so I have finished cutting the strips. So after you've cut it strips like this, just stack it up. Then what you do is you now need to start taking it to your machine and just gather right through the middle of this tulle, right through the middle. You have to do a gathering stitch there. So losing the tension on your machine and run a stitch right through the middle. So let's go ahead to gather up all this, right, so that we can now start sewing it on our skirts. Alright guys, so this is the result of everything I gathered. So what I'll just do now is to start pulling to tighten it. So if your machine can actually just go ahead to do a gathered stitch, or you have like a ruffle presser foot or a gather presser foot, that'll be fine. But since I don't, I'll just have to manually do that. I'm using a contrasting thread so that we can actually see the effect of this thing. Okay, and another thing was, after one strip I just kept placing and pushing it, so you can see here, and by the time I even gather it, it wouldn't show. It wouldn't show that there was any joining. Can you see? So look at this joining here. But by the time I ruffle it up together, you barely even see the joining. See all that fabric, what it was gathered to. But really, this is lovely. This is lovely, man. It's a lot of work, guys. If you are not patient, man, you can't do this kind of project. Can you just see all that thing we just finished sewing? This was all it was gathered to, but I love it anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead to get our skirts now and see how it will come out. Yeah, so this is the bottom part of the dress. So it should be in a triangular form. You can start from the top here, so that as it goes, it narrows till you get here. Then you put a smaller one there until you have gathered everything. Finish. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is lovely. So let's go ahead to sew it. I'll be sewing from the top part. Since this is like a triangular form, I'll sew it from the top part till I get to the bottom. If it's too tight, you can release it a little, so that because if you tighten it a lot, man, you need a whole lot of this. So now what I'm going to do is, when I'm going to be sewing it, I'll be opening it up and be sewing it right along this middle that I have sewn. So if I place it, I'll open it and sew through that middle of this ruffle. I'll sew through that middle of this ruffle, right, so that it stays there in place. So let's go right ahead to start stitching this up, and you'll see how it looks in just a minute. this is a lovely project. Wow, can you see how beautiful it looks? Remember, this part will be hemmed inside, so you won't be seeing that part, right? See how lovely it looks. La 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 la. This is amazing. You can even, I think we can even repurpose this for a beautiful baby girl skirt, right? I love the way it looks. I love, 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 love. So you can see the spacing. I used about 1 inch spacing, right? You can see the spacing. So imagine if I use the matching thread, everything will be looking good. And I just sewed it right in the middle. And something I want you to do as well is do not gather it so much. Do not let the gather be so tight, because I was trying to release the tightness of the gathers as I was going along, because to make the machine easy to sew on, and even if you release it and it's not so tight, it will still look good anyway. So this is the result of our beautiful skirt. Can you see that it looks so much like what we have here in this tutorial to do? So this on your beautiful corset dress is just amazeballs. And this is what the inside looks like. Can you see it? So of course you're going to use a lining to cover this part up. But this is it, guys. This is it, guys. So if you did enjoy this tutorial, please do not forget to give me a huge thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. Also like. Thumbs up is the same thing as like. Also subscribe if you are yet to watch the ads that play on the videos, guys. That is how you support me to keep giving you valuable content. Until we'll see you in the next tutorial, stay safe. God bless you. Bye. La 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 la. I love. Oh, so lush. So lush. Ooh. Can you see this on the boobs? Ooh, looking lovely. Maybe we'll repurpose this and use it for a dress that has on the boobs. Boo, 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 boo.